And I went to Mongolia, and we brought together this team. We started packing up. There's Fred Hebert, my partner in this. We got to this point where we passed this gate. There was a gate that was guarded by these Mongolian soldiers, right? That essentially had been stationed there for 800 years. I'm serious. The descendants of the Durkits, this tribe that had been put in place by Genghis Khan himself to defend this region, the Ikkorik, this zone that he closed off to anybody outside of the imperial family. Marco Polo wrote about this place, right? The history of the Mongols was written by historians like Rashid al-Din from the 17th century. He wrote about this place. They wanted to go here, but they couldn't. And for the first time, I'm entering into this zone. I'm on that journey. We'd take that data. We had the GPS points now where the crowd had converged. We could mathematically calculate where everybody had converged and clustered. And we started looking, and you can see where people had converged. These little clusters of tags would result in us finding things like this huge Hirixer, which had been here for 3,000 years. Right? We started scanning this region. This is a magnetometer, and you walk back and forth in these lines, and you add up all this data, and of course the sheep come after you every once in a while. And the result is you create these maps of what's under the subsurface, right? There was some metal underneath this rectangular mound. We don't really know what it was, but it wasn't. We don't believe it was, what we were really looking for. So we pushed north. We pushed deeper into this region of this Ikkorik towards this mountain, right? This place that legend has it Genghis Khan went to every time he went to war, right? He'd go there and pray to Tengri to say, well, am I okay here, And then he would go out and wage war. We'd head out every single day up into the upper reaches of this mountain range to hit all of the different peaks to try to see what people were tagging. We'd fly these drones across this whole region with cameras on them to look and see if we could see things that were a little higher resolution than what we were seeing from space. And we're moving down off the side of this mountain, and literally this storm just starts descending all around us. You can see this big rain cloud coming at us. Among it was lightning and thunder and wind, and it started blowing all around us at this rate, which was, really terrifying because there's no trees around you to duck into. We had to move almost a mile down off this ridge, down to those trees, just to try to get down below the tree line, get down into the undercut, but we're so exposed, and we had these big magnetometers hanging off of our back. We ran, and the wind started blowing, it started gushing around us, and you couldn't even hear each other. And as we're running down off the side of this mountain, down the southeast flank of that mountain, what would be the sunny side of that mountain, what the secret history of the Mongols had described as being where Genghis Khan should be buried, all these trees started falling down around us. And it was really, it was almost like the mountain was showing us its underbelly. It was showing us a window into the subsurface, and it would be in the roots of one of those trees that my life would really change. My geologist turns to me and he shows me this thing, and I'm looking at it just in the roots of this tree, and it's this lion face. We made a plan as we're walking around. We're literally walking around across this grass, and the earth is crunching underneath me. I could feel like I was stepping on something. I could hear it crunching underneath me, and we agreed that it was okay to just look under the grass like it was a rug. We'd just stare barely underneath this, this thing. We'd look underneath the grass, and we were standing on a roof. And as you look at these pieces that are in the subsurface, it's this part of this temple. We started finding horse bones, tons of horse bones. We sent this data out to get radiocarbon data, and it comes back at exactly our sweet spot, right? Somewhere between 500 and 800 years old. Genghis Khan died in 1227, about 800 years ago. So Fred and I, we started making a plan, and we started mapping out this region with whatever tools we could find. We used cameras on our drones, and we created this 3D photogrammetry map of our surface. Then we started using things like ground-penetrating radar. This is an 8 antenna array radar system. We're doing a virtual dig. We're trying to recreate the unknown in virtual reality because we can't actually go there and pull up the Earth, right? But I feel like I didn't really even have to look for this artifact. I just had to look at what was happening around me and realize that the people around me were telling me that the history was still alive. The artifact was in the experience. Did we find the tomb, or did each individual in us, each individual in this group, they find something in themselves